I thought that I will get some relief from industry when I will go to institute. Because you all are aware that what kind of pressure is there in industry. But here the pressure is double. The time given is 12 minutes and this keynote is to be delivered and I am not a academician. But anyway, I think this is what expected from the topic of this seminar, agile manufacturing. Agile manufacturing is nothing but working in the adverse conditions, understanding the customer need well in advance, and grabbing those opportunities. And I think actually, while delivering this speech, these all aspects are started from the first stage itself. So it is always said that perfection is always costlier, but improvements are beneficial. But if you chase for excellence, if you chase for perfection, then at least you will catch for excellence. In industry, you all are aware that the scenario is getting changed drastically. Because when I started my career, that time one scooter which everybody has seen for 25 years on road. But here time and again you see that daily the new models are coming. And the expectation from the suppliers, because I am standing here as a representative of medium and small enterprises, because I am owning my factories in Aurangabad. When I started 15 years before, the situation was different, and day by day actually the situation is becoming worsen. I will not say worsen, it is becoming dynamic. And now in this hall, lot of students are there. Now they are going to face this kind of thing. So particularly this seminar, this conference, my request all students that it is to be seen in the broader perspective. It is to be seen as your career, and it is to be seen that what is expected from you when you will go for your job. See, when I got this invitation for this particular conference to deliver a keynote address, it was a question in front of me that what is to be talked. Because when I was talking to my colleagues in industry, many colleagues in my micro and small industries, I asked, what is agile? Shall I tell you? 80% told, what is this? We are not aware. And this is actually the key point I would like to address here. We should not worry that actually in India this is the case. When survey was conducted in UK couple of years before, asking for what is agile, how many people are aware about agile methodologies and implementation, 70% of micro and small industries in UK also could not understand what is agile. So basically we are following that methodology, but the problem is that we are not following in a proper manner, in a particular sequencing manner, not following, considering as a output. A desired output we are not keeping in front of us, we are just actually working as and when the time comes. So when I told you that I am standing here as a representative of small, medium enterprises, this particular aspect of agile manufacturing has been overlooked by many people, by industry, by user, as well as the people who are expected actually to contribute for agile manufacturing for SME sector. See, if you see anything is to be implemented and really the change is required, because here we are standing, morning session, you were delivering and talking about India, everybody got inspired about that. So we have to also see that for India what we can do, how we can become excellent, how we can really rule in the entire world by manufacturing. By just saying that manufacturing or make in India, the things will not end here. The things will end by delivering excellence to the world. but actual reality is something different. See, there are 30 million small medium enterprises in India, and they have accommodated around 70 million manpower. This is the case. Whatever manufacturing takes place in India, the 45% manufacturing has been taken care by SME sector. And whatever export is done by India, out of that also 45% export is also contributed by directly or indirectly by SME sector. So you can imagine what kind of spread is there. So my friend, when you will go for industry, when you will go for any kind of work, you see that what is actually at the bottom of pyramid. When we are conducting this kind of conferences, we must see that what benefit and what message has gone to this industry. What message has gone to this SME sector, because 70 million manpower is depend upon that. Every 5 years, the startup industry, every engineer has a dream to start an industry. Every engineer has a dream. But the ground reality is that 50% industry get collapsed within 5 years of startup. 45% is the percentage in Germany, 70% is in UK. In India, actually, we don't get reality figures. You know that why? Because the government is changing. So every government is showing some different figures. Earlier government says some different figures, but I will tell you, around 30% according to my survey, because wherever I go and I interact, 30% startup units are getting closed within 5 years of the inception. And the reason where actually now this agile manufacturing will come into the will come into the picture now. If we want to really strengthen it, what is exactly to be done? See, I remember it when I was working in Piramal Group. That time actually we got an order from Germany, because this particular case I reminded when actually there was an invitation for this conference. I'm talking about 20 years before. So when actually we got an order from Germany for making an alternators, the big question in front of us was to make the die casting dies. Because in India, making the die casting dies was a tenure of 6 months. If you send an inquiry, getting the die delivered in your premises used to take a time of 6 months. And even you are getting in 6 months, people used to say that you are lucky that you are getting this die in 6 months' time. And then we were worried because customer had given a target to us to launch it in 60 days in German market. So what to do? Then we had a meeting with our CEO. We sat together and we thought that what is to be done. We were not aware what is agile manufacturing. We were not aware that time about lean. We were also not aware the fantastic words nowadays going on like this out-of-box thinking and all these such things. We were only aware that if we could not deliver it within 60 days, we will lose that order. So that kind of urge was there, and then we thought of checking across the world what we can get it. And to our surprise, we got the quotation from one Taiwan company saying that they will deliver the die with the OK component along with the die within 45 days. And it was an utter shock to us. Because in entire industry was thinking about the die casting die can be delivered in 6 months' time, how somebody can deliver it in 45 days, and that's also along with the OK component with the OK inspection report along with that. So no correction is required. I told you 6 months' time is to deliver the first component, then you know in India corrections and concessions as considered as a hoto. And then we visited Taiwan. We have seen that, and this is exactly what is agile manufacturing. See, what they collected a data from across the world, inquiries are coming. So what sort of inquiries are there? So they segregated the data, and they saw that most of the dies are coming into this particular size of the block. So they kept ready the hardened ground block, which actually in our particular case it was taking 3.5 months time. Then the hardened ground block of that particular, if the component size is 200 by 200, then what size of block what size of block is suitable, the block is ready, the block will directly go for wire cutting, spark